Hello YouTube, I hope you're having a great weekend. You're watching Zaffy in the House. This is Zafran, and just recently I had watched the film Julie and Julia, released in 2009. And for those of you watching at home who don't know what that film's about, it stars Meryl Streep and Amy Adams, and it's the true story of Julia Child and her start of her cooking career in the 50s, intertwined with the true story of Julie Powell, taking place in 2002, where she started a successful blog documenting her challenge of cooking all the recipes in Julia Child's book, Mastering the Art of French Cooking. And while it's a really good movie with charming performances from Streep, from Adams, and Stanley Tucci, I found myself feeling inspired to do something similar. So I myself am going to take a cookbook and try to cook all the recipes in that book. I have no idea how many other people have done this before me, but I'm gonna try my shot at it. I might not be able to upload a new video every day like how Julie Powell would write on her blog every day, because obviously writing a blog doesn't take as much time and effort as making a video, but I'll do my best. I plan to upload at least 1 or 2 videos per week depending on the recipes and how well I can balance the duties of my day job with the challenge. The cookbook that I'll be challenging myself with is Gino D'Acampo's Gino's Italian Escape. I could have gone with somebody like Gordon Ramsay or Jamie Oliver, but Gino's recipes and tips were a great help for me throughout my university years, as well as, impressing some of the ladies. And Gino, if you're watching this, thank you. You've been a great help for me honing my cooking skills with pasta. I've watched all of your escape shows, as well as all the times you were with Holly Willoughby and Philip Schofield on This Morning UK, and I hope to one day get this signed by you. So my first video in this challenge, I want to start myself with something easy just to get me going, and it's actually going to be 2 things. The first being the homemade egg pasta dough and the fresh egg fettuccine. I'm sort of cheating a little bit here, as the fresh egg fettuccine is just the pasta dough with just extra instructions. But for a bonus for you guys, I'm actually gonna use this egg fettuccine to create my take on a spicy tuna pasta. Alright guys, I'm right here in the kitchen and it's around 10 p.m. at night. The reason why I'm cooking so late is because I don't want to disrupt my family while I'm using the kitchen. So I left my cooking until after we had dinner, and everyone's upstairs now. I'm here on my own, so let's get started. So all I need is 00 flour. This is crucial when making pasta. I'm requiring a total of 5 eggs, 2 of which are just egg yolks, and I have salt and olive oil here. And the major tools that I'll be using is this heavy set mixing bowl and a rolling pin, so that when I transform my pasta dough into fettuccine. So let's get started. Alright guys, so according to Gino's cookbook, I needed to put all my ingredients into a bowl. Starting with the 00 flour, followed by my egg and egg yolks, salt, and olive oil in that order. I'm choosing not to be specific about the quantities and measurements because I highly recommend that you should buy this book yourselves if you're really eager to learn. Keep in mind also that I do not claim to be a professional chef. I'm just a guy who enjoys learning how to cook, so if there are any mistakes or things I should have done, please don't attack me in the comments section. That just isn't cool. Once all of the ingredients are starting to mix and clump, I took the mixture out of the bowl onto the counter table and proceeded to knead. And I gotta say that kneading did take a lot out of me. I started to sweat profusely as I didn't have the fan or air conditioning on to prevent the flour from blowing at my face. On the plus side, it proved to be a good workout. After several minutes of kneading, it actually turned out better than I thought it would. So now I needed to wrap it in cling film and refrigerate it for 30 minutes according to the book.
Few moments later.
And this recipe is actually pretty simple. I just take the dough I've just made and roll it flat. The best and most common method to make sure you rolled it flat enough is to see if you can see your fingers through the dough next to a bright light source. Once I found out that it was flat enough, the cookbook said I had to fold it into the center, just like this, and cut it into strips. Admittedly, my biggest mistake was not dusting the dough enough with flour because the fold all ended up sticking together. Eventually I pulled through and it looked exactly as I hoped it would. It's not perfect, but I didn't expect it to be for it being my first time ever making homemade pasta. I wanted to cook my spicy tuna pasta that night, but it was already 12 midnight and I was really tired, especially from all the kneading. So have a good night guys, and I'll see you the next day.
The next day.
Hey guys, so it's the next day, and as if you can see, I've laid out all my ingredients here for my spicy tuna pasta. I'm not going to tell you guys specifically what they are, as I fancy this as my own secret recipe, but you will see snippets of me cooking away, so cue the montage.
Seconds later.
And guys, after my first bite of my spicy tuna pasta with the homemade fettuccine, I gotta say that it definitely hits differently than with store-bought pasta. It tasted so good, it reminds me so much of my uni years. If you stuck around long enough to watch the end of this video, I just want to say thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe if you want to support me in this challenge. Have a nice day.